Yo, what is going on? Great to have you. My name is Assam from dopelifecoaching.com, and today I'm going to be talking about how women think and what men just don't get. Stay tuned. Now, before watching the rest of the video, make sure you smash that like button and also subscribe below. Make sure you also turn on the bell notification so you can get immediate notification when I release my new content. Don't forget. Before understanding how women think, you need to understand that there are basics, right, or fundamentals. The basics are the dominant energy that 95% of women have, which is what? Feminine energy. There's feminine energy, and there's masculine energy. 95% of women are dominantly feminine energy. 95% of men are dominantly masculine energy. They're driven by that dominant energy. So now that you know about feminine energy, what is it? What exactly is feminine energy, right? Feminine energy is basically all about senses, intuition, expressing, experiencing, opening up to receive love, and connecting, right? That's feminine energy to the core. What about masculine energy? Masculine energy is all about purpose, drive, mission, success, breaking through barriers, focus, leading, and being in control of the situation, right? Being in control in general. Those are the two energies. And now that you understand that there's two energies, the way men and women are attracted to each other is through that difference in energies. The more feminine the woman is, the more masculine of a man she will attract. The more feminine the man is, the more of a masculine woman he will attract. Here's how it gets tricky. Not every single woman is feminine, and not every man is predominantly masculine, but the idea is most women are driven by feminine energy as the dominant energy, and because of that, let's go through how women think and behave, right, when this type of understanding through their energy is applied. Now here's where it gets tricky. Because the average guy just simply doesn't understand feminine energy, women in general, right? He's typically going to leave that woman feeling like she's just understood. And because she feels understood, she feels as though she's not comfortable opening up, right, to her feminine energy. The more masculine a man behaves, the more comfortable that woman is going to open up to be as feminine as she possibly can. This isn't just gonna happen out of thin air. The man has to be naturally masculine and exude those masculine traits in order to attract that very feminine woman and bring out the best in her, which is the feminine. Men are typically straightforward and to the point. Now, just because you are like that as a guy, which is great, women love that. Feminine energy loves very masculine traits, naturally. Now, just because you're like that doesn't mean she's like that. Women by nature aren't straightforward. Feminine energy is not straightforward and logical. And that's okay, that's not a bad thing. But you need to grasp this before you get the rest of the video. Now let's give an example where the typical dynamic between masculine and feminine is completely destroyed, although it was once there and it was so strong. A man will go out with a woman. Let's say a man went out with a woman. He was really interested in her and she really seemed interested in him. So what'd he do? He showed masculine traits, he went for the number, he set a definite date because he really liked her, and he was so excited. And so is she. He was very confident, and because he's very confident, it's attractive masculine trait, that woman was really attracted to him. But then they went on a date, you know, they went for dinner or whatever. Throughout the date, this man was very fidgety, he wasn't as confident as he showed up before to her. And he just wasn't really secure within himself. He wasn't able to look her in the eye. He wasn't straightforward. He wasn't making her laugh. Something was off about him. His aura in general, something was wrong. And then the woman's just sitting there in the date. She's thinking, I just don't feel it. Like there's something wrong. I don't feel that spark, you know, when I saw him for the first time. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's over completely. So the day goes on. They spend about an hour at dinner. He feels very awkward, and because he feels very awkward, he's making her feel very awkward because she doesn't feel very comfortable expressing her feminine energy because she's not naturally attracted to him, his traits at the moment. And so because attraction is gradually destroyed, she asks him another question. She's thinking to herself, you know, there could be hope. Let's see. So then she asks, what do you want to do now? They've been there for an hour and then the energy is gone. Just, what do you want to do now? He goes, I don't know, what do you want to do? Very awkwardly, he's not confident, he's not making the decision. And instead she was like, you want to go to karaoke or something? And then this guy probably doesn't even like karaoke, and so he just goes on with it because he's very timid and he's afraid to take the lead because he's afraid she's not gonna like it. So they go for karaoke and it was just a fucking mess. It was so awkward. He wasn't able to handle himself properly and to just own himself and just be free as a man. And so because of that, she lost attraction for him, and then afterwards the date just ended with an awkward hug. There was no kissing, there was no type of sexual escalation, no type of holding hands, no romance, no indicators of interest, which should be there. That's what makes the difference between your interest in a friend and your romantic and sexual interest in a woman. That should make the difference, no shit. Now, because that wasn't there, she just immediately lost attraction for him and completely everything was just lost. And so he goes home thinking, something just seemed off. I don't know, I was very timid. He knows what's wrong. And then she, on the other hand, she's just like, I don't know, there's something about him that just turned me off. Like the first time we met, he seemed so enthusiastic and he went for my number, he was very confident, but now it's just, holy shit, I don't feel as attracted to him. And chances are, she doesn't even consciously know this, but it's still going on, and because of that, the attraction is destroyed. Typically because this man doubted himself, the next day he was like, you know what, let me make her like me. Let me compensate for my insecurities and not showing up as a man. Let me act extra nice and sweet to her. So he says, hey, I had an amazing time with you, with like fucking hearts and smiley faces. Like, that's gonna make the difference. And so because she senses that something's off and because she lost attraction for him because he wasn't showing those masculine traits in order to attract her, she just responds with, hey, or whatever. And then he texts her again, oh, when are you free again to meet? And then she's gonna say something along the lines of, look, you're a very handsome guy. I'm just not ready for anything right now. Any woman would be lucky to have you, but I'm sorry, I'm just not available right now. And so he just left scratching his head like, what the fuck? This girl was so interested in me just a couple of days ago, and now she's saying she's not ready for a relationship? All women play games. This doesn't make any sense. This is just fucking stupid. They're all psycho. When the fact of the matter is, it's not that she's not ready for a relationship. She's not ready for a relationship with him. Why? Because he didn't show and project those masculine traits to her that would make her feel feminine enough in front of him, and that's where she naturally belongs, because then she'll be more comfortable and everything will feel effortless. The idea is for things to feel effortless. So that example would be pretty obvious to me in terms of why she would just lose attraction for him and why she didn't want to continue seeing him again. And typically a guy like this would go to his guy friends and be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I took her to a nice restaurant and she just seemed so interested in me, and even her friends told me that. But right now, I just went out with her and it's like, holy shit, she's saying she's not ready for a relationship? What the fuck does that mean? And then typically his guy friends are gonna reinforce the belief like, yeah, man, all women play games. They're just all psychopaths. Women suck, man. No, it's not the fucking truth. Get the fuck out of here. That's the problem when you listen to the wrong people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. The truth is, a woman wants to give you those things, but you need to give her something to give those feminine traits to you. You have to be masculine. You have to act in masculine ways. The idea isn't about putting on a mask. It's about being authentic and attracting them authentically by showing up as your most masculine self, your determined self, your focused self, your leading self, your centered self. All those things are super attractive to women. It's just foolish to assume that all women are crazy, all women are stupid. You know, women, by far and large, when it comes to their emotions, are illogical. And that's okay. Their emotions aren't supposed to be logical. But you need to understand this. They're not logical and linear thinking in terms of you are. They're programmed differently. So you have to treat her as though she is different. And because you don't know this, that's why you're left confused. Now here's what men don't get. Women test men. Now, why do they test men? All women will test you. If they are interested in you in a relationship, or interested in being in a relationship, or just interested in you in general, she will test you. You mark my words. And she doesn't even consciously know about this. But why? What's the purpose of testing? 2 reasons. Number 1, it's a protection mechanism to protect her heart from the people who don't deserve it. And number 2, it's a screening mechanism to screen the most masculine men and the best men suited for her, so that she can eliminate the men who are not masculine and not showing up as masculine, and pull herself closer to the men who are masculine and are showing these masculine traits. And the man who shows those traits most will be the one she's attracted to more. Here's an actual example of how women test men. This happened to me personally. Because women screen, like I said, for masculine traits and they want to see if you're actually masculine, typically she'll test you to see if you're going to fall apart. She's going to test you to see, are you really confident? You look like you're confident, but let's see if you actually are confident. She's got a point. You can't blame her. And so here are my hands, right? I've had several women tell me before that I have feminine looking hands. They're not exactly rough looking hands. And so the woman will be like, your hands are really girly and feminine. And I typically respond, because I know it's a test, I typically respond with, oh, maybe I should go for hand modeling. Would you like to take me? I know they're feminine looking. And then obviously I know it's a joke. And then when I'd say that, she'd typically laugh and giggle, oh my God, you're so funny, or whatever it is. And then she starts getting closer and she feels as though she's closer to me and she likes me more, typically, and in her behavior, it's really pretty obvious, usually. Now, the reason why she said that is not because she's a fucking mean person. No, it's just she wants to see, am I really this confident person that I look like I am? Is this person really confident? Is this man really confident within himself, or is he gonna fall apart? Had I handled it differently and said, oh no, these hands, no, they're masculine hands. I go to the gym, like they're very masculine. They're not feminine, that's rude. Had I fell apart and said something like that, she would have fucking been turned off completely. And internally she would have been like, oh, he just doesn't get it. He's not really confident within himself. At the end of the day, it was just a shit test. Women shit test all the fucking time, as long as they're interested in you. So if a woman tests you, you should be proud and you should be happy because she likes you and she's giving you a chance. She's not gonna do this to her friends. Sometimes she will, but mostly no. So you need to understand that. And you have to understand that women will always test you. It's not just a one-time thing, it's always, all the time. She wants to make sure that her feminine energy is protected by the masculine energy. She wants to make sure that she is dealing with a masculine man. Testing comes in many different shapes, forms, and sizes, but that's not what fucking matters. What matters is how you handle the tests and understand it for what it really is. If you're self-centered and grounded, not self-centered in a bad way, I mean if you're centered and grounded in your own self and you know who you are, you're confident within yourself, you're not gonna have a problem with any of these tests. You'll just respond naturally. You're not even gonna be afraid of them because you'll know where she's coming from. It's really that simple. And once you pass the test, she's gonna be more affectionate to you, more feminine towards you, and she's gonna open up to you in every single way, emotionally and sexually and just mentally and just the whole 9 yards. And that's exactly where you wanna be. So that pretty much wraps up everything, guys, how women think and what men just don't get. Like and subscribe below. Make sure you also turn on the bell notifications so you get immediate notification right away when I release my new videos. Go to www.dopelifecoaching.com. We still have free consultations for first timers, so I know you. Don't miss out on the offer because it's about to expire. Make sure you also comment down in the comment section below for future videos you'd like me to cover. So that's pretty much it. Be masculine, be centered, know what you want, attract the women of your choice. You'll attract them in no time once you get this. That's pretty much it. I shall see you soon. Take care.